start recording. Oh, and if you guys
What?
don't mind, would you mind jumping into the Twitch just so I have? It helps with the getting to affiliate status there. If you guys are just in
How
there,
do I get into Twitch?
I'll post it in the Discord. I would be forever grateful.
Yes. Happy to do so.
There you go. AAA Matt.
Oh, okay. I just clicked on this link.
And you're hosting again.
I'm hosting, but I'm clicking over live now. We should be live. Welcome to Tuesday nights, where we're playing Forbidden Lands. What? Forbidden Lands on a Tuesday? What is this? Well, some of the Tuesday crew wanted it, so we're doing it. And by Tuesday crew, I mean Wes. This is for you, Wes.
Woohoo!
Yes! So, hey, we haven't had anything on the channel for a few weeks now because I was sick and traveling and all kinds of other crazy, silly things. So, it's good to be back. So, let's do some Forbidden Lands because this game is great. Why don't we start by doing character introductions for everybody? How does that sound?
Sounds great.
Great. Let's start with Ellie.
Great. Ellie is a fierce halfling fighter who's known for being vicious in battle to kind of prove her worth. She was captured by the party, and possibly they saw her uses on the battlefield and let her out of her cage. That's what I think. And yeah, that's it for now.
Let her out of her cage.
We only let you out because you wouldn't stop screaming.
Like a banshee.
Like a siren.
Let's change the name of this to Forbidden Lands. Okay. Wamley? Wamley? I don't know how to pronounce that.
I don't know how to pronounce it either.
Wamley. However you want me to say it.
Whamley, I guess.
Is it still hosting somebody? Am I still hosting?
I don't know. It's being weird, man.
It was live.
Reload.
I was
It
Yeah,
watching.
was.
Hopping to someone else.
Oh, I reloaded and now it's back.
I'm back. We're back.
I see
Okay,
it.
good. Okay. Yeah, that was weird. I don't see anybody in the chat, but that's fine.
I think it's like trying to get us in there. I don't know. That's weird. But anyways, Whamley is this ancient old grizzled dwarf. He's a peddler.
He is a peddler. This is the first peddler character we've ever had in this game. I'm excited.
Yeah. So he can find you things and hopefully fix your things. Maybe finagle something out of nowhere.
Which is important. All of those things in this game.
So we'll see what happens.
Cool. Welcome, Wamley. Emric.
Emmerich is a rider. Rides on a quite large wolf. Uses a spear and short bow. Hunts. Doesn't really like enclosed spaces. And found these goobers and decided, why not?
Why not? And
Gotta
Tommy.
go to the Forbidden Lands with somebody.
The Forbidden Lands. To die. I mean, find your fortune.
And die.
And die. Probably die. It's inevitable. Unless you're an orc. Because then you can just keep getting up every time you're knocked down. But we don't have any orcs in our party. Tommy, tell us about you.
Tommy's a half-elf that knew Emmerich from way back and was a little upset with him when he ran into him again. Emmerich had done some less than gentlemanly things with one of his sisters, and they got into a
No, he
pretty good
didn't.
fight. He did?
That's what Emmerich says. We did.
Well, and this is in fact was the disagreement that hatched the fight, in which Tommy almost beat the crap out of Emmerich, but just got exhausted from all the punching, and ultimately they developed a respect for one another out of their fight. And Tom decided that rather than let Emmerich die and not honor his obligations to the family, he's going to tag along to keep this half elf out of trouble and make sure that he makes good on his his future duties.
Oh, if you look at
Tommy-
him too closely, Emmerich might carve your ears.
Yeah, well,
You're both half elves.
Emmerich has issues, and Tommy recognizes that, and he's going to try and work with them. Tommy was before this was handling the hunting and gameskeeping for a rather well-to-do lord who left him, in coin, as it were, 6 of them. Sadly, he only has 3 arrows left, but he is an excellent tracker and scout, and also has a very good eye when he shoots his bow.
Yeah.
So he'll be along to keep these other guys out of trouble.
Very good. All right. So this is our Tuesday night gang. Well, there's one more, but they'll meet up with him over in the Forbidden Lands. It says we have 6 viewers and I don't see anybody. That's just bizarre. So the backstory or the setting for Forbidden Lands is there's been what's been known as the Blood Mist. It's a blood red mist that has cut off this section of land for a few centuries now from the rest of the continent. When you tried to enter the Blood Mist, it would just instantly kill you. As of recently, for no reason whatsoever that anybody knows of, this blood mist has lifted, and people such as yourselves are wandering into the quote-unquote Forbidden Lands, and you're discovering that there are people and races, and life has gone on the other side of this blood mist for the last few centuries. But it's an old world, it's an ancient world, it's been cut off from everything else. So you're going over there to discover it and find some fame and fortune, or perhaps run from your past on the other side of the mists. So you guys have banded together. You're right outside the mountain range that cut off the Forbidden Lands that was surrounded by the blood mists, known as the Divide. And you guys have gathered up your gear and your courage and decided that you're gonna do it. You're gonna make the trek over the Divide and into the Forbidden Lands. And whatever happens along the way, you're comfortable with that. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with one of the key mechanics here. I'm going to make you guys roll for crossing through the mountain terrain to get into the Forbidden Lands. So when we're traveling, sorry, did you have a question? I heard something. No? Okay, so when we're traveling, one character is selected to quote unquote lead the way, and you're the one who's basically finding the path. You're forging the path for the others and finding the safest route possible to your destination. To do that, you would use survival as your skill for that role. So someone who has a good survival may want to take that. And
Maybe your Pathfinder?
Possibly your Pathfinder. The other thing is keep watch. So the person who's leading cannot keep watch, and you're basically on the lookout for trouble. You're going to see trouble before it happens, and you can warn the others. It's also good for making camps, and doing so. And
what's more important to you guys, getting there or getting there alive?
Getting there safely, and that relies on the skill scouting. So one of them is a scouting role, and the other one is a survival role. So who do we want to do what?
So should I have a survival skill?
Did any of your roles on your random character generation give you survival? If not, then you have none.
But scout, it says, okay. I'm not showing any survival, but wouldn't any of these?
Under Pathfinder, it says your survival roll modified by +1 when away. See page 147.
Yeah, but I don't think he ended up with any. No, you didn't. You ended up with no survival skills.
But am I Pathfinder?
Yeah. Well, no, that's one of the. Bear with me here.
Rank 1, your survival roll is modified by.
You got that as part of your formative years. This is the fun of rolling a fully random character. You're a Pathfinder
No, but I
with.
think-
Oh, you've got 2 skills, scouting too. For Pathfinder.
Yeah, but you said survival.
Yeah. So one of them survival and one of them is scouting.
Well, I guess I'll do the one that's survival.
Do you? Okay. So that's lead the way. And who wants to be our scout? How's our rider? How's your scouting or survival?
I have +1 scouting, but I don't have any +1 survival, no scouting.
Does anybody have scouting?
I
It
have
says
2
I have-
in scouting.
Well, there we go. Whamley's our scout. So, the way this works is, let's open up our character sheet here. Wes made us a nice dice roller on there. I'm going to open up yours, Tommy, for example, here on the screen. And what you want to do is, you want to click on the applicable... You're rolling what? Scouting? No, survival, I'm sorry. Is that correct?
I'm rolling scouting.
Scouting, I'm sorry. So click on scouting. I did it for you on character sheet, and you might see that. So on attribute score, it highlighted a 4. So it's pulling your stat or attribute that's tied to the skill. And then also highlighted 2 under skill level, because that's how many points you have in that skill. So
Okay.
Wes made us a dice roller that does the work for us. You select the
It's, um,
skill, and it'll do all the other work except for the gear.
You might want to click like a gear to 1 and 0 because I don't think this thing will automatically accept 0 on the gear bonus.
Well, let's try it. So go ahead and click the roll the dice button there for lead the way, Mike. Or I should say,
Alright.
Tommy. Okay. So the way this game works is you roll a pool of d6 and you want to get a 6 and you don't want to get a 1. So you rolled no 6s and you rolled a 1. That's what the skull is. So there's a mechanic in this game known as push your roll. So if you fail, you can go ahead and you can roll again, but you have to keep all of the 1s and 6s aside that you rolled, and you get to roll the remainder. Any 1s you roll ends up damaging you. So there's a risk. If you roll again, you could end up taking damage to the attribute tied to the skill that you're rolling. So this is your scouting that you're rolling, right?
The wits, yeah.
So this would come off of your wits if you started taking damage for pushing. So right now you failed the roll, but you could push. You're going to take 1 damage. Or no, you could possibly take damage. You could push the roll and try to
So have I
succeed.
failed?
You failed because you didn't get any 6s. All you needed was 1 6 on all those d6s. That's all you needed to succeed.
Okay. And if I don't succeed the next time, then I take damage?
There's only the possibility. You're going to
Possibility.
re-roll. You're going to re-roll 5 dice. You won't re-roll the bane that's already there.
Okay, so let me roll the dice again, I guess? Or
Yeah,
push
you
the
need
roll,
to-
let's see.
You need to actually make sure you select the attribute dice down to 2 from 3, or 3 from 4.
So your attribute dice right now, the 4s. Yeah, perfect. Now roll again.
I think the push the dice button actually says, "Hey, did you change the number?"
So you failed again, Mike. So you push, but you didn't take any damage. But you failed again. You can only push once.
Okay.
So your scout is doing really good here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll on the leading the way mishaps table. Roll me a d66. Roll me 2 d6. He's gonna get you guys killed before you even get into the Forbidden Lands. Ooh.
60.
63. Well, I guess we're doing combat. Savage animal. A wolf, bear, or other wild animal feels threatened and attacks you. The GM chooses an animal from the table on page 124 of the Game Master's Guide. Alright, so now we're going to learn combat, everybody.
Woohoo!
Let's see. Do I have them? I'm just gonna throw us on any old map here. Yeah. This will do. Oh, I should have grabbed your tokens. This'll do. Grab these. This is the fun of full random. So you guys should be here. Let's delete the other group's tokens and paste yours down on here. So you're going to notice that there are colored bands on here. It's very similar to Star Wars, where there's like range bands. So you're going to be moving in and out of range to engage enemies. You guys all moved over to this, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
we're all lined up on the left, and there's a griffin over there.
Yeah, we're not going to use that griffin. That's this is a random encounter for the other group. I've just spoiled it. Let's do a bear for fun. Let's grab a bear token. This is the other nice thing about using Roll20 is that you can just search and find this stuff. It's all there. Ooh, that's a squished.
Bear rug.
Well, let's delete that. Let's do a little quick. Boop. Goodbye grid. We actually don't even need the grid for this, to be honest.
Oh, there's a good bear.
Savage bear, right there. We're gonna say, yeah. That's good. That's good. Okay. Combat. Welcome to combat, everybody. Let's start the initiative. Throw the initiative tracker out there. Delete these guys who are in here from the last game. And the way combat works is you should see a deck of cards in the bottom right-hand corner of the Roll20 map. And the way combat works is you draw one card, and that's going to give you your spot in the initiative order. Lower is better. Lowest number goes first. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a card for my bear. The bear is 4. Go ahead. You guys should all be able, you should all have permissions to draw from the, I see Adam. Here we go.
How do I do this?
Do you see a deck on the right-hand side? There should be a little crossed sword and shield.
Where?
Deck of cards.
Yep.
Go ahead and draw yourself a card, and that's going to tell you where you are in turn order.
How do I draw? Oh, I see. Take card. I got it.
Adam, you end up with 5, right? Ellie, you had a 5?
Yep.
What else? What everybody else? Who had the 7?
Emmerich.
I put mine into the turn tracker. Is that all right?
Yes, that's perfect. You had a 10. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm an ancient dwarf, man. I got nothing. Oh, where'd you find a bear?
You guys have lost all faith in your tracker at this point. What did you pull there, Tommy?
4, I believe.
You had a 4? Well, what did I pull? What did I get for my bear? Why did that disappear?
Down here in the bottom corner, underneath the turn tracker, turn order.
I don't see it. I had a 4?
I put the 4 on the bear.
I thought I had a 4. Draw again there, Tommy. There's only one of every card, like 1 through 10. So there's no duplicates. Draw another card, Tommy. Nope, you grabbed that off of the table. So do you see that deck? Here, I'll deal you a card.
Nope, thank you.
Deal 1
Good
card to. Where are you, Tommy?
Did you deal me a 9?
Why can't I see you on here?
Ruby Mike.
Ruby Mike.
Sure, Ruby Mike, you got a 9.
Okay.
Bear goes first. So, here, let me recall all these cards. We've never done a game in Roll20 with cards either. I'm so used to Savage Worlds back in the day where we used cards. But I don't think we've ever done anything in here with cards before.
Well, I mean, this group, just guess. Me and Yona have played card games in here before.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you... Well, and Nick's run Savage Worlds in here. Oh, no, he always used Fantasy Grounds.
You always use Fantasy Grounds for...
I really like the deck function. Okay, so let me... I'm gonna go to the the bear. I'm going to get his stats and see exactly what it does. Some creatures and enemies also, their actions are rolled on random tables, which is really cool. So it's not like every turn I just walk over to you and attack you or slash you or hit you with sword. I roll also, and I don't know what's going to happen. But I don't know if a bear's like that. I think the bear's pretty standard.
Yeah, don't they have like 3 or 4 on a table, right? And
Yeah, it's really cool.
gonna try and suck your life force out. The bear's probably not gonna do that, but
What page is my bear on, did it say?
1, 2, 4.
It's definitely not a 1, 2, 4. That's what I thought also. Here we go. Bear. Ooh. Okay. So, combat. Let's do a quick rundown of that. You can do 2 things in combat. You can essentially move and attack, or move and use one of your skills, like your willpower-based skills. Like, there's slow actions and fast actions. And I don't know if I have a chart in here for the other group. That would just be too handy. Oh, I do! And if you go to handouts, there's one named actions. So while you guys wait for your turn, you can go ahead and take a look at that. And that shows you slow actions and fast actions. You get to take one of each during your turn. Notice that dodge and parry are under there, and those are fast actions. So if you think you're going to get hit, or if something attacks you before it's your turn, you can use the dodge or parry action. It depends on whether it's a melee or ranged attack, which one you use. But then that eats up your fast action for the turn. So that means you don't get to move or whatever else. So keep that in mind.
The bear is in the near band range.
He is in the near band, and he's going to move right up against you guys. What's like arm's reach or whatever, or arm.
Arm's length.
He's going to move up here, and let's roll a d4 to see who he attacks. We're going to go in order from Whamley down to Tommy to see who we get. And it is Ellie. Is going to get attacked by a bear.
Sweet! She's in on this.
I need just a generic... Here we go. It'll probably roll up as goblin, but I'm just using the dice roller off here. So, the way the bear works is...
She says, "Get behind me! I'll protect you!"
Okay, so the bear wanders over and takes a swing at you with its claws. So it hits you. So the way damage works in here is also similar to Star Wars. So all you need is 1/6 to hit. So see how on those first 6 die I have a skull and I have two sword and shields or whatever? Those swords and shields are 6s. So the first one counts as a hit. The second one counts as an additional point of damage. So if I rolled a whole bunch of 6s, that'd be all extra damage. Just like how Star Wars for going over.
Does the Bane not cancel out one of the successes?
It does not.
Okay.
I could push the roll and try to get better, and then that Bane would not be great. But yeah, so it hits you. And it hits you for 3 damage, Ellie. So you can try and avoid this. You can try to dodge this attack or parry this attack.
I do. My sword does have a parry.
Oh, excellent.
Parry a bear?
So you can go ahead and you roll for parrying. Bear with me here. It's been a while since we ran this. But
I get it.
Parry a bear.
Bear with me.
Parry 92. And I'll tell you what you can roll. So parrying, to block your opponent's attack, reactive action requires a shield or a weapon. You roll melee plus your gear bonus of shield or weapon. So
okay, so melee.
If it lacks the parrying feature, you get a -2, but you have a parrying feature, right?
Yeah.
And this is slash. So yeah, you go ahead and roll your melee. And what's the gear bonus for your sword? It should be like a
2.
1 or a 2. So go ahead and plug in that on your gear bonus on the dice.
So when you click on melee, it'll ask for a gear bonus, or
no? You'll have to plug that in.
It does
manually.
Gear dice 2.
Yeah, so click 2. Oh, you're using... That's weird. Oh, you're not using Wes's die roller up top.
Oh, yeah. Peter.
That's okay. I can hover over and see it. Wes's is much prettier, so you got the icons and all that, and he breaks it out.
How do you use that?
That's at the very, very top of the sheet. If you scroll up to the top, there's like 3 columns of numbers, and it says attribute score, skill level, gear bonus.
Oh,
You see
okay.
that?
Cool.
So if you click, we'll keep your roll because you succeeded. So we'll keep your roll. But if you click melee on there, it'll automatically select the dice, and then under gear bonus, you just click like 2, 3, 4, whatever your gear bonus is, and you can roll on there. And that's how I'm getting the nice, clean dice on my rolls.
Sweet, cool, good to know.
Yeah, Wes is kind of a savant at this. Okay, so
Or
the
a very
bear
hard worker.
saunters over and swipes at you. And yeah, you parry the attack. What does that look like when you parry it with your sword?
Well, she like kind of puffs up and is like, "Oh, I'm gonna take on that bear." And then when it like rears up to like slash at her, she like raises her long sword, which is kind of too big for her. It like slaps the paw away. Hopefully,
Yep.
sword flat of the sword.
Mm-hmm. I like it. Cool. It's now your turn, Ellie. So you don't have any fast actions, but you do have slow actions, such as attacking.
I will attack.
Okay, so again, you roll your melee. Click, clear the dice pool. That's one thing to keep in mind with this dice roller is you always want to clear the dice pool, which I believe is a button on there, because it'll
Okay.
always keep the last dice selected. And go ahead and click melee and click add your gear bonus on there and roll for me.
Oh, it autofills. I don't think I got anything.
Oh, all ones. So,
Oh,
if you want, you can push. Man, I've never seen this happen. You could push, but it just means it's gonna be 1 less attribute die and 2 less gear. You won't get your gear bonus.
and if he fails again, he'll do damage to his gear, right?
You could destroy your sword, so that's why your gear has a rating on it. So I think you have a rating of a 2. So if you push your roll and you get 1 skull, you'll lose 1 of your 2. If you get 2 skulls, you lose 2, and your sword gets destroyed on the spot. So gear management is very important in this game.
I think she's just going to be like breathless and be like,
And for you guys who like to know the odds of things, the skill dice, the red dice, don't have ones. They don't bane.
Yes, the red ones can never harm you. Your
Okay.
skills.
but she's going to say, I think that parry took it out of me.
All right, Emmerich, you've got a big bear slashing down at little Ellie next to you.
That's not good.
You're on your wolf. Your wolf is snarling and kind of lunging at the bear. Does your wolf get an attack?
I was actually trying to figure that out.
Because we actually have stats for your wolf. I'm grabbing the deck of cards here because I have the Forbidden Lands. Bonejaw, that was your wolf, wasn't it? Or Grey Cat?
Gray cat.
Like Battle Cat. Yeah, it's got stats. I don't... Man, because we've
Is it
never had
a rider?
Yeah, we've never had a rider before.
I'd imagine that would be tied to their talents, right?
Yeah, do you have a talent that allows that?
I looked at all the talents. There's no such thing as having your mount attack as far as a talent. I did take Path of the Night, which helps me on here. So
I don't know if you look up mounts in the book. I think it just says, buy the card deck. It doesn't really say
Yes.
anything. It literally says that.
and then you have the card deck, which is where you grab
Yeah, so I
Gray
have
Cat from.
the stats for your mount, but I'm turning to the page, and I guarantee it's...
Let's see. Mounts underneath encumbrance, it says mount can carry blah blah blah. Says in their stats on page 124 of the Game Master's Guide.
Yeah. It doesn't say specifically whether or not your mount gets to attack with you.
I would guess that means no.
Interesting. Yeah, we'll say no for now, but I might look at adding rules to allow them to attack. I guess, but if you have a horse and stuff, they wouldn't really attack. Because you have a wolf, it's a little different, you know? A horse might get... Well, they wouldn't run away because they'd be trained not to, but they're not typically a fighting sort of animal, right?
Well, see, like on Rider's Talents, on Path of the Companion, on rank 1, if you're broken, your mount will stay beside you and defend you and attack any opponent that attacks you.
At ranks 2 and 3, does it actually like make them an
Horse can help you get on your feet when you are broken. For every WP you spend, recover 1 point of the attribute that has been reduced to 0. Your horse can kick opponents when you are in the saddle. If you spend a waypoint to use this as your turn, or willpower to use it when you're in turn, that's rank 3.
Oh,
you can
okay,
kick
so there we go.
things while in the saddle.
Rank 3, your mount can attack. Okay, so you're on your wolf right now. It's snarling and hissing at this bear. You're up there. What do you got? You got like a polearm or something? Or spear? All right, you hit. You spear. You skewer the bear. So that is 1 hit plus an additional point of damage. So what's the base damage on your spear?
1.
1? Okay. Just going to plug that in there. Okay, so you bury your spear in the bear and it turns to you and roars. It actually stands up on its hind legs and lets out a roar in your direction.
So what does the skill dice do? Is that the same thing?
As
As attributes, it counts.
Yeah, it gives you a plus to damage, right? So you got an extra damage, right?
yeah, an extra point of damage. But like Wes was saying, if you ever push your roll, any skulls that would normally come up, he didn't program ones on the skill dice, but if you push your roll, you don't take damage from ones on skill dice. That's the only difference with the skill dice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Alright.
You're like Dick also called the attribute your like base die, right? So like this is your base, and the skill is how much better you are. On top of that kind of thing.
Tommy, you're up, pal.
Okay. So, question: can Tommy fire his bow from there, or does he need to get some distance?
You
I was looking at the shooting range. It says arm's length -3, +3.
Yeah, so your arm's length right now.
So would I be a -3?
You'd be a -3.
So if I step to near, then I'm at no disadvantage?
Correct. So you just need
Okay,
to step away from him.
And I see here it says run, no enemy at arm's length. I don't see a move action.
Well, run is move.
What if I wanted to walk or disengage?
It's just called run in this game.
Looks like-
disengage.
Like retreat, right? If there's an
Yeah.
enemy at arm's length, then you
Retreat.
move.
Yeah, retreat is what to
Okay.
get away. But yes, walking is running.
Okay. So how far is he allowed to go?
So it's abstract in this. It's within range bands. So you can move back here, and you'd be near. You could move here. You could basically move one range band. So you just move like there.
Okay. And there's no flanking or anything, correct?
Correct.
Or advantage to shooting from behind or anything?
Correct.
Okay. So he'll move there, and then for his slow action, he will shoot. Now, I take it if he hadn't have taken his fast action, he could have aimed, and then he would get a bonus to hit.
Yes.
Okay, so this turn he can only shoot, which is marksman.
And don't forget your gear. I think your gear's a 2.
Let me see.
And use that beautiful dice roller at the top there.
Okay, so let's go to what is my attribute score? Agility?
Let me look at your character sheet. You don't even need to do that.
Marksmanship is under agility on the die roller, yeah?
I'm going to clear your die roller. And so you're doing marksmanship. So go to the very top of your
Yes.
character sheet. See how it says attribute score, skill level, gear bonus. There's those 3 columns.
Mhm.
And then to the right of that is all of your skills. So just click the skill you want to use. I think it's marksmanship.
Mhm.
It'll do the work for you. Then on that last column for gear, click 2.
Mhm. Okay.
And then hit roll the dice.
Okay.
Okay, you hit him. And did an extra point of damage. So it does 2 damage. And you did an extra, so that's 3 damage. How much
I think
damage?
I've got.
Sorry, how much damage did you do, Yona?
I did 2.
Okay, thank you.
Spear base 1 got an extra point.
And you just did 3 damage there.
How do you
Tommy?
calculate 3?
Isn't it 2 for the 2 damage on his bow, and then he gets an extra point of damage because of
Oh,
he
is it
got
a-
2 6s?
Oh, I didn't know he had a 2 damage bow.
I think so. Is that what I plugged in there for you?
I mean, it very well could be. I haven't looked at all the weapons.
Let me
Um,
just confirm.
there-
Short
damage
bow-
on my short
damage
bow is 1.
It's 1. I'm sorry. Thank you. So 2 damage.
So I have a question though.
Yeah.
Does the bear get any armor bonus?
The bear does not. There are creatures
Okay,
that have
'cause it's-
armor, but this thing does not get any sort of natural armor bonus.
All right. So the rank 1 Path of the Arrow power is I can spend a willpower to. I think it's deprive a.
Well, he's not wearing
yes,
armor, and you don't
Yeah,
have any
so-
willpower points.
Okay, well then that makes that a lot easier.
Yeah. So
How do you get willpower?
by pushing a roll and taking damage from the push. So every point of damage you take when you push a roll results in 1 point of willpower. So you want to hurt yourself to get willpower points.
No
It's a
pain,
mechanic.
no gain.
It's a mechanic that a lot of people have had strong opinions about regarding this game.
I was just voicing them earlier about being a spellcaster.
Yeah, spellcasters have to hurt themselves to cast spells because you need to use willpower to actually cast spells in this game.
It's
That's
not
your
exactly intuitive.
quote unquote mana. It's interesting. It's a deadly world, right? It's meant to be a deadly game in a deadly world, so definitely amps.
You got
that
to
up.
push yourself to get the best results.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so he is really damaged. So you bury an arrow in its like neck, and it is bleeding profusely now, and it's kind of gnawing. It's trying to gnaw at this arrow that's hanging over its neck, and it just keeps turning its head
my arrow.
red
I've
to the
only
rescue.
got 3 of them.
Whamley.
I'm not using any more arrows. I've only got 2 left.
Okay. Whamley, you're up. This thing is bleeding, gushing blood, and it's
Well,
not
he's
even
gonna-
really paying attention to the
He's going to draw out his knife and try and finish it off.
Yeah. There you go. How do you kill this bear?
I'm going to slide the knife right up along its throat on the underneath side,
And it
preserving as much
Carefully.
meat as possible because ooh, that looks good.
yes. I was gonna ask you if you're gonna.
Carefully
Perfect.
avoiding the arrow in its neck so that it's not
Right?
harmed.
Yes. So you finish this thing off carefully, and yeah, you've got a dead bear in front of you. You got some meat and a nice pelt.
Ellie's panting. She's like, I could have taken it.
Suppose we have to like roll to harvest stuff too, huh?
Yeah, I'm actually. I just turned to that to see what that looks like.
Tell us what we need to roll. It's probably survival, which I'm not very good at.
Crafting? Bear belt?
Crafting, I think, is more like hammer and anvil and that kind of thing.
Yeah, it is strength, so.
I mean, maybe clothing is considered crafting as well.
Oh. Um.
Because I'm real good at crafting. I've learned a few
Here.
things over the years.
The table on the upper left indicates how many units of meat and pelts your prey yields. The meat can be cooked by a chef. To kill your prey, you must roll again, making marksmanship or survival if you're using a trap. Well, you're not doing either of those. Dun, dun, dun. So, oh, this is like catching a natural animal. So I'm gonna say this thing has it's a big animal. 5 units of meat and 3 units of pelt. So pelt can be turned into leather, and the meat can be cooked for food. So like you guys can make your own gear and also fix your own gear by finding and harvesting animals and tanning it into leather. Like there's an economy to this game. It gets a little deep when it gets to that stuff.
Fierce, right?
Yeah. So
someone can have like
who's gonna write this down? Do we just start a party sheet for like we have 5 meat and 3 pelt?
Because there's an arc sheet that has that. You go to your arc sheet, but I don't know if someone wants to be like the master stockpile guy.
How about I do this? All players can be added by all players. There's now a party sheet if you go into the sheets there, and you guys can all edit it and see it. You can plug in there your meat, your pelts, your gear, everything you gain along the way. Encumbrances is a thing in this, but we're not going to really worry about that right now. Instead, we're just going to play. Okay, so
5 meat, 3 pelts?
Yes. So you've slayed a bear. The rest of you are looking at Tommy like, I thought you said you were good at this.
I mean, he's just nervous. It's like those young pups. They don't know what they're doing out here in the woods.
What are you talking about? I got us a bear to eat.
Oh,
I meant to do that.
That's not a bug. That's a feature.
So do we still need to make a scouting roll?
So I'm not going to make you do a keep watch because you had this encounter. It's actually so when you move across the map, when we actually see the map and the hexes, a successful trek through terrain typically will put you through 2 hexes. If something happens along the way, it halts you in that hex. So I'm going to make you guys roll again to get into the next hex, but I'm not going to make you do a keep watch because
we considered this happened our first hex of travel.
This happened for this section of the day because the day is broken into 4s, like morning, afternoon, evening, and night.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to say that this is the morning. This took up the morning. You guys trying to find your way through the mountains, getting a little lost, encountering this bear. Then you guys sat down and you carved it up and divvied up the meat and the sections of pelt. Now you're ready to go back on crossing this mountain terrain. And I was only going to have the mountain terrain last for 2 hexes, so this is going to go a little bit longer. So why don't you go ahead and roll again for us, Tommy? Survival. Don't forget to clear the dice pool on your character sheet before you select survival to roll.
What am I rolling survival for?
Because you're traveling. You're going to start traveling yet again. So you need to roll every time you guys travel.
Is it scouting or survival?
Last time it was scouting.
I'm sorry. Lead the way is survival. Keep watch.
It's scouting.
Keep watch is scouting.
Okay, well I have a 1 in that when I'm leading the way.
Does anybody else have a better survival?
I'm a 0 survival.
All right. So I do
only 3 wits.
Hold on, let me collect survival. Let's see here. Survival and skill level should be 1. And bonus gear should be 0. Roll the dice. Nothing. Roll again?
Nothing?
Or push the roll?
Yeah, why don't you push it?
Go.
Okay, nothing yet.
But on pushing the roll, you didn't need to remove one because you didn't have any successes or failures.
Okay, well, under the rules that we operate under, I get to re-roll that since I did it wrong.
Yeah, roll another d6.
Yeah.
Or re-roll. Okay,
Okay.
roll me 2d6 again. I wanna see what
2d6?
Yeah, 2d6. I want to see what you get.
All right. I just want to point out that I rolled, let's see here. I still didn't get the right number or somehow.
No, I noticed that. I don't think you cleared your dice pool.
Oh, I didn't
You
clear
would have had
How do
to
I do that?
reset it completely.
I got it. Okay. I just cleared my dice pool. All right. That's not good, is it?
The 5-6, right? 56.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
The bear's angry, brother.
That's right. Now you have a whole herd of bear coming at you. Interesting.
So you see Tommy break off. He's like, guys, I see it. There's an old ancient path here, and he just breaks off on his own, and he goes into this like small little like cluster forest amongst the mountains that you're going through. And Tommy, when you get in there, you are just assailed by a swarm of mosquitoes. And
Okay.
they just start biting you like crazy, and you run out of these little woods, kind of slapping your neck and this and that, going, "Okay, it's sorry, not the right way, guys, not the right path." And you get back on the trail, but it's a slight setback. Oh, you don't take any damage. They could have damaged your empathy, but you come back, and the others are like, "Oh my god, why did we select this guy to do our trailblazing?" But
Wah.
he's you're kind of covered in some welts and some bites and such, but you're not in that rough shape at the end of the day, and you get them back on track, and you guys make your way through the mountains uneventfully after the little encounter with the bear. And as you're breaking through the mountain terrain, you see a valley in front of you, and you see a small village next to a river, right at the base of these mountains that you guys are coming out of. You're squint, and you can make out the movement. It looks like there's people, humanoids there. There's like children running around and playing, and it looks like there's farmers' fields leading up and around the village itself. There's a small palisades around it. And all around in every other direction, though, it looks like just plains. Nothingness other than this small village in front of you. What do you want to do? Anybody? Do you want to go to the village? Do you want to go elsewhere? You don't have to go to the village.
Let's say
What's the
you,
village-
old
what's
geezer.
the village look like?
Here.
Check out the village.
Let me so the village is the hollows there. So let me put you on the map. I'll ping you over here. So you guys are coming out of the mountain range there, and you see a village down below with a stream. Pay no attention to Weatherstone over there to the west. You don't see that. That's from the other group. And that's what you see. So you can go and do whatever you want. You don't have to go to the village. This is the beauty of the hex crawl. You can go to another hex. You can keep exploring. You can go forge your fortunes out there. You're not forced to follow any set of story or path or anything.
Where are we currently?
You are, yeah. You're in the mountains, just
in the hollows.
like right there, just south of the hollows. You're coming out of the
okay.
mountain range right there, and that's what you see in front of you is down below you. And I'll read a little description. The village is a welcome sight. A bunch of well-to-do houses are standing close together, slightly obscured by billowing chimney smoke. You hear the sounds of kids playing and catch the smell of fresh bread. When you get closer, you can see a low stone wall encircling this small settlement that is guarded by a few simple stone towers. You see a wooden sign planted next to the road with the words written, "Welcome to the Hollows. Drink from our tankards, eat from our bowls, but honor the dead walking by our sides."
What's that supposed to mean? Are there zombies?
Good question. There might be.
I hate
All
zombies.
right, Ellie, lead the way.
To tankers of
Might be
beer!
zombie. Or
Yeah.
might be zombies.
Hey,
So
did
you
I
guys-
get my arrow back?
Yeah, you got your arrow back. So you guys
Cool.
first encounter the wall. It's a low, badly worn stone wall, half as tall as a man, snakes around parts of the village that aren't facing the hillock. The entire wall is covered by winding rows and rose hip bushes, giving it a pungent but pleasant smell. So I will go ahead, and I have a map for you to follow along with the hollows, which makes it much easier. So, hey, look, it's the hollows. You guys are right there. You're at number 3. You're at the gates of the hollows. Number 3. So that gives you a little idea of the layout of the village. So you get to the gate, and somebody writing poop. Rock. Yes, that's a rock that's gonna eat you. Giant bird. You get to the gate, and there's a middle-aged, kind of frumpy-looking. I guess you could call him a guard. He's looks like he's more of a local militia. He's not really wearing any insignias or anything. It's kind of makeshift pieces of equipment here that he's got strapped onto himself. It is now like late day. It's evening after your trials and tribulations through the mountains, and he sees you and he goes, "Oh, oi! Who are you? What do you want?"
Beer! Where's the beer?
Ah, you've come to the right place if you want beer. Best.
She like reaches into her pocket and pulls out 3 silver. She's like, I have this much.
Well, the best beer in town is over at Three Skulls Brewery and Tavern, right inside the gates here. It's famous. It's famous across the lands. Yawim, the brewmaster. Oh, he works magic there in the brewery. But, he looks over at you, Yawim. Or, Yawim. Whamley. And he goes, you might want to stay away. Yeah, you don't want to go there.
Why not?
Well, you see, so Yawim, he kind of hates dwarves.
Impossible.
Trust me, you're not welcome there. It's going to be trouble. Don't go there.
If he's not welcome, I don't want to go.
Okay, well, you're missing out. It's honestly the best beer in the land, but he just doesn't like dwarves. That's all I can say.
Well, if you don't like dwarves, then you're missing out.
I like dwarves, not me. It's Yawim, the brewmaster.
Well, he's
What?
missing out.
What manner of creature is Yahweh?
Well, you see, that's the strange thing. He kind of looks around, makes sure nobody's listening, and he leans in close. He goes, he's a dwarf himself. It's a self-loathing dwarf. He shaves his beard. He cuts his
What?
hair. Listen, you can't hold that against him because the beer he makes is unbelievable.
Does he use stilts too?
No, he doesn't go that far.
Shame. Is there any other tavern in town?
There is. There's one on the other side of the river there, dividing the town. The beer there isn't so great. They don't serve Yawim's beer there. That is the Dead Man's Hand Inn. Now,
What?
Yeah. Well, don't let the name throw you off.
What is with the names around this place? 3 Skulls, Dead Man's Hand, The Hallows.
Well, the Hollows, this is a strange place. Oh, that reminds me. I should tell you before you even enter our town. Thanks for reminding me, sir. What's your name?
My name is Whamley.
Well, a pleasure to meet you, Emily. The thing about the Hollows is the dead walk among us. So at nighttime, the spirits of the dead walk the streets. And there's a ritual.
So no
with-
walking corpses, but ghosts.
Ghosts, yeah. They walk the streets at night, and there's a ritual you must do so that they don't accost you or bother you. And I'm just looking up in the book.
Which is?
Well, there's bells hanging outside of every house. So you have to ring the bell outside the house. And you have to say, let's see if I can find it here in the book. There's a saying you have to say. If I can find it anywhere. There we go. So there's a bell to the right of every door of every building. Small brass bell. You ring it once when you go out at night, and you say, I come in peace and amity in the hour of the dead. And that way the restless dead won't bother you. They'll just walk amongst you in the streets. They'll look at you, but they won't harm you.
Is it a curse or just the way things are?
It's just the way things have always been here in the Hollows. We've just come to be accustomed to it. That's why we have the bells. We have the saying.
Fair enough.
What's special about this place that you guys want to live amongst ghosts?
Oh, it's not that we want to. It's just they were here when we settled this land.
But couldn't you have picked other land to settle?
Oh, the land is fertile. We have the farms surrounding this land. We have the river running right through it. What more is there to ask for?
Ghost-free sidewalks?
Yes. I come in peace and amity in the hour of the dead.
Wrote it on our party.
Okay, there you go.
What's amity again? Is that the opposite of enmity?
I don't know. The guy shrugged. I don't know. Since I was a boy, I was told to say this.
I think it's a word I don't. The elf half elf just scratches his chin and nods.
It's a fancy way of saying I come in peace, right?
Why not just
Friendly relations between nations.
So,
are we a nation?
Yeah.
The living versus the dead?
The nation of the living. Here. Let's keep it that way.
All right, well, I'm down for staying here for the night and then getting out in the morning, because I don't know about being with the dead.
Do you have shops that sell arrows?
Yeah, there's a smith here, and there's a general shop.
Okay. Might want to go shopping. Do we want to sell our bear bits?
I think collect the bear bits. We have the hide and meat, though.
The rich guy wants to go look for a shop.
He's not going to be rich long. I'd like to open an honorary, please.
I think we'll need the bear on our journeys to head.
Yeah, okay.
He goes, oh.
For now, we have it curing on my wolf's butt.
He goes, one more thing to note. There's a bit of, how do I put this? Civil unrest going on in our village right now. Just so you're aware and you're not taken off guard. You see that river, and he points to the river there. You're looking at the map number 5. You got that bridge going over that river. He goes, that river there, that divides the town, not only geographically, but also politically. So the folks here on the south side, they all rally behind Master Yawim of the brewery over here, and say that our mayor, Miss Polymer, is holding the village back. She doesn't want outsiders like you coming in here. She sees you guys as a bane on our existence, and thinks you're going to be a danger. She thinks, with these blood mists gone, it's going to attract thieves and all sorts of ne'er-do-wells. So she wants to block this place off, and she doesn't want others to know about it. Whereas Yawim on this side, his beer, like I said, it's famous across the lands, and he wants to welcome and let everybody in, and he wants to expand his operation.
Except the dwarves.
Yeah, quote unquote everybody.
Well, except for the dwarves. Well, we don't talk about that. But you see, he's built a brand new dock over there, and he points. It's number 6 on the map there. He points back there behind him. Brand new dock back there, and he's going to load up boats, and he's going to start distributing his beer across the land because word is spreading. So things are tense.
Okay, I have an idea. Okay. I say we go to the north door, and I bet there's a doorman there who's going to give us a different perspective, and then once we have both perspectives, we can see what to do.
Or we just spend our night at the inn where people aren't discriminated against and then leave.
He's just looking at you. He's like picking his nose. Like I said,
Is there any place to make money here? Like jobs?
You know what? You could check with the local Rust brother. He may have some work for you. So
Let's
Rust,
gather any additional information from possibly the town keeper.
so the
Let
Rust
this guy do his job.
Yeah. You guys have heard of the Rust Brothers. They're kind of like the law and order over here in the Forbidden Lands. Think of them almost as like an order of knights, like the Templars or something like that. So they are typically the law in towns and villages. They have warriors all across the way, and they hate like witches and magic. They're out to destroy it. So they're
I was
also
gonna say, if they hate dwarves too, I'm leaving right now.
no, but they're also like almost like a fanatical order. They're seen as a good thing, but they're also fanatics. So he says the local Rust brother might have some work for you. No, there's no Rust sisters as far as I know.
Ellie takes offense.
So he goes, oh, the Rust brother, his house is just over in the northeast side of the village there, next to the hill up there, number 18. You could go see him.
And now my north and south is all everywhere. Where's the compass rose here?
Northwest. I say north. It's supposed to be northwest. There's number 18.
Oh.
Northeast, west.
His name is Sturkus. He's the local Rust brother. He might have some work for you. But yeah, you're welcome to come into the Hollows here. Listen, it's getting dark, so don't forget what I told you there about the bell. And he just kind of like looks off into the distance, right past you guys.
Okay. In for the night. Then we talk to Sturkus. Because that 3 silver I showed you, 2 of them are fake.
Yeah, so you guys head on in. So as soon as you come in there, on your right, you have the tavern owned by Yawim, the self-loathing dwarf. That is the Three Skulls Tavern. Across the way, 9B there is the brewery. And this is like his section of the town, and over on 9A is the mill. So you guys are walking through the streets, and like I said, it's evening time, so there's people milling about, and they're going about their business, and there's actually quite a few people filing into, 9C there, the Three Skulls Tavern. It looks like it's quite a hive of activity. It's a very popular place. Do you guys want to continue on northward over the bridge? Do you want to hang out in this area?
I'm good for going over the bridge to the other end.
Okay, so yeah, you get to the bridge. It's a solid stone bridge that crosses a creek, snaking through the village. The bridge looks like it's hundreds of years old and is covered by moss and algae. The foundation has crumbled, and in some places it has been repaired using stone and mortar. To the right of it, you see, you notice that there is a small harbor. It looks like it's newly constructed, as mentioned by the guardsmen. And there's a sturdy wooden pier. 2 wide boats are moored at the pier. Each has 6 oars and a mast, which is currently taken down. On the north side of the creek, a low wooden jetty can be found, and the harbor smells of tar. Sorry, chat with the chat here. So you guys make your way over the bridge, and again, there's you cross over the bridge, and when you get on this side, people are looking at you. They're kind of like they take a wide step around you. They give you a wide berth. They're looking at you weird, and this is the side, as you were warned, that Mrs. Polymer rules over. You see, as you're walking down the middle of the street. Oh, I have pointers in here, don't I? As a beam. As you're walking down the street that way, you're heading towards the center of town. To your right, number 13 there, you see a chapel. One end of the square is a chapel. A pointed roof of painted tiles is built on top of a circle of wooden columns. On the columns are carved beautiful reliefs of birds. A stone floor of the temple is covered with dried flowers, copper coins, crops, and animal bones. Number 10 there is a big, huge house. And that looks like someone important might live there. You see a couple of guards stationed outside there. Again, more like militiamen than guards. Just kind of makeshift pieces of armor. It looks like they've picked up or handed down over the years. They have some old, rusty, pitted weapons. They're standing at the door. And at the base of the hillock, at the far end of the square, stands an impressive longhouse with beautiful carvings hanging from the lining of the roof. In the high vaulted windows can be seen mosaics of multicolored glass. A wide staircase leads up to a twin gate with iron fittings depicting meandering plants. So you're standing there, and one of the guards notices you, and he walks from standing in front of the door and makes his way down the path there and approaches the group of you. Goes, what's your business in the Hollows?
Just passing through.
Yeah, you better be. Listen, we don't want no trouble, okay? You looking for a place to stay?
Aye.
All right, well, he points to number 8 just down the street there. He goes, that's the Dead Man Hands Inn. Dead Man's Hand Inn. Not Dead Man's Hands. Dead Man's Hand Inn. You can find a room there, spend the night, and then leave. We don't want you here. All right? And he kind of looks you up and down, all 4 of you. He walks around you looking up and down and just kind of smirks and walks back to the house.
And no, you don't, Ellie.
And no.
All right, time to go to the Dead Man's Hand.
Yeah, you guys head to the Dead Man's Hand. It's not very busy compared to the other tavern in town, which was like a hive of activity. You enter and there's a really, really, really skinny human behind the middle-aged human.
Is there a bell we can ring when we enter?
There is a bell hanging outside. Do you want to ring it and say your little
Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, yeah. Come in peace and amity in the hour of the dead.
Yeah, you say that, and you enter the tavern, or the inn, I should say, and there's tables to eat, and there's a bar there, and you enter, and the barkeep.
Do we each have to do that?
Yes.
Do we each ring the bell?
Well, you could not do it and find out what happens.
No, that's fine. We'll go ahead and do that.
Okay.
And they have edible tables, guys.
Edible tables.
Yeah, you said there's tables to eat.
Tables to eat at. Thank you. You enter, and the barman kind of motions you in. You're looking for a room for the night?
Aye, sir.
Well, my name's Olm, and my family runs this inn. We do have a room available that would house all of you, if that is of interest.
Sounds great.
Okay, that'll be 1 silver for the night.
I give him my silver.
Thank you. Yeah, you're kind of been a pretty common sight since the blood mists have lifted. It's caused quite a disturbance here in town and a bit of a rift.
Yeah, we have no part of that. Be moving along in the morning.
So sorry, I misread this. I'll give you your silver back. It's actually 2 copper for a dormit. You guys can have a dormitory that suits sleeps 6.
Oh, okay.
So 2.
How many copper to a?
10.
How many? They can give me 8 copper back.
Yes. He breaks some change for you. He goes, would you care for a drink? We serve mead here.
I like mead.
All right, we got mead. We have some wild boar and mutton available tonight if you're looking to eat.
I think we are all hungry.
Oh, very good. All right, it'll be a copper each for a meal.
He was breaking a lot of silver this time.
So whoever wants a meal, he takes the money for that, and he shows you to a table and gets you a drink if you want to buy one. And as you guys are sitting there, people are slowly filing in, and you hear them talking amongst themselves as they start to enter the tavern. They're talking hushed whispers. Actually, no, they're talking outright because they're kind of pissy, and they're talking about Yawim and how much they hate him and they hate the others on the other side of the bridge, and they just want him gone. They wish he would just leave. He's bringing so much unwanted attention to this village, and Mrs. Polymer is right, and they should just be rid of him. So you have these people filing in, and you get served your food and get served your meat, and I'd say about 10 minutes after you're done your meal, you see a number of guards enter the door. They come in and they look around the room and they walk over to your table and they kind of sneer and look at the 4 of you and make their way back to the door, and all of a sudden the door opens. And you see this middle-aged woman enter. Or sorry, elderly woman, we'll call her, enter. And suddenly the people who've been filing into the tavern, they all turn. They clap and they cheer. And Miss Polymer's here, Mrs. Polymer's here. And they all make their way over and they gush all over her, and she kind of shoos them away, and she gets a table to herself, and she's surrounded by her guards. And she has a drink there, and you see that it appears like she almost starts to hold court in the tavern there. You see people coming over to her, and they're discussing business one by one as the evening goes on. You guys just gonna kind of want to sit there? Do you want to interact? Do you want to just kind of watch and take in what's going on?
Emmeric's more interested in the ghost stuff.
Tell me more about these ghosts.
Politics are uninteresting.
Tell me more about these ghosts.
I'm paying attention just to what's going on just because I don't want to be blindsided by something in the morning.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to hop. I'm kind of fading here, and I got an early start. I'm starting to fall asleep a little bit. I apologize.
That's okay.
No worries.
So,
Do you guys want to keep going? The rest of you?
please go ahead without me. It's not a problem at all.
We've only been playing for about an hour here. I'm good to keep going.
Yeah, I'm good.
Has it only been an hour?
Yeah, we've only been...
It's been 2.
Well, we've been streaming for an hour, so we've actually been playing for an hour. We spent an hour building a character.
Oh, okay. I am sorry.
That's okay.
I wasted a lot of your time on that. So, but yeah, I need to. I got an early morning, so I got to hop. It was up early this morning too. I thought I'd be okay, but I'm starting to fade. So,
Good night, Mike.
all right. Hey, yeah, guys, have a good night, and I'll catch you all next week. Thanks for
All right.
jamming.
All right, we'll talk to you next week.
Great. See you, Mike.
Good night.
Yeah, it's midnight on the East Coast, so
You East Coasters. So the evenings kind of trails on, and after a while, you see Miss Polymer get up, and she's ushered to a room off of the main eating area there. And after some time, one of her guards comes over to your table and approaches you, and he goes, "Miss Polymer would like a private audience with the 3 of you." And he motions to the door.
Ellie looks around and says, I think this is your wheelhouse. What do you think?
Oh, that would be fine.
Oh, okay. And he, you guys get up and he shows you over, and in a small side room, Miss Polymer is sitting in there, and she's got a big grin on her face, and she's just like, it's almost like she's overly nice to the group of you when you come in. She goes, "Oh, please, come on in. Oh, thanks for the follow, TT2KB. Appreciate it. Please come in. Oh, I'm so happy you're here. Please, has everybody been nice to you? How's the village treating you? I hope they've been treating you well."
Word to the wise, don't accept anything she offers you. Candy included.
I was gonna say, is there a way to read that situation and what's going on?
Yeah, good question. Let me look at the character sheet here. I always like to have a character sheet in front of me so I can just look at it when. But we will do
Manipulation's probably the closest.
insight.
Is there an insight? That's a interesting one, probably.
Yeah,
But
go
you would
ahead.
think it would be an empathy one, wouldn't it?
Let me look at the character sheet again here.
Because wisdom is scouting survival lore,
Sure, manipulation.
and insight.
Manipulation.
Yeah, I think it probably is manipulation.
Go ahead if you want to. You can roll a manipulation. Yeah, so Whamley, you're like, all right, she's acting way too nice after what you heard that guard say and kind of how you were treated earlier. And the guard came over to you and kind of looked you all over and said you weren't welcome. You're like, what's up with this lady? You're thinking.
Yeah, I say that out loud. Why are you acting like this now?
Well,
It's obvious from what we've heard from all of your underlings here that we're not wanted.
oh, no, I wouldn't say that. You know, I have a use for the likes of you. Listen, I have something that needs to be done. I need something that needs to be taken care of. You asked for it and it's yours. Weapons, food, equipment, maybe some horses for all of you. I saw one of you riding an animal in here. Maybe you'd all like mount a horse to ride on. These are dangerous lands, and traverse them is it's terrible, I hear. Can I interest you in something? And
We'll hear you out.
oh, no, I can't say anything unless you accept.
Weapons and a boulder ride.
What? No!
Ah, you little one, you agree? You would like to you agree to help me?
No, she's young and foolish. She didn't mean to say that.
No, she's wise beyond her years. You agree to help me, and I'll tell you what I need done. If not, we're done here. And you can tell she's starting to get a little testy with you guys, a little annoyed.
I don't think that it's worth our time.
You say that out loud?
Group. I'm kind of whispering this to my group.
She goes, "What?" Now she's getting visibly annoyed. What are you talking about? Listen, it's a yes or no.
My vote is nay.
Ooh, I'm still shooting firebolts. I didn't have this.
Ellie just goes quiet.
Fine, she goes, get them out of here. And she just throws her hand out and motions to her guards, and they kind of like turn around. One opens the door and the other starts kind of like nudging you towards the door.
Don't touch me, I'll bite you.
She will, and it's
she flashes
really
her 3
annoying.
teeth as she's sharpened to a point.
Ugh. He kind of reels back. Ugh.
Arr!
I think it's time we all head to bed anyways.
I think it's time you leave in the morning, she says, as you're leaving the room. And she, after you guys are ushered to the room, she is surrounded by her guards, and she storms out in a huff.
I don't like this place.
I don't like that hag.
I don't like that hag.
Some of these people are All right, like in any village, you have a bunch of racist dumbass.
Yeah, so you guys, the Miss Polymere followers, start to leave as well once she.
Is this like mostly humans here? I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, it's almost all humans.
Oh wow, we were half elf, dwarf, and halfling.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Doesn't
I don't-
get
I
more
don't like
outlandish than that. I'm sure that in this world, half elves have ears, the whole ear thing.
Pointy ears.
Yeah, I'm assuming
Yeah.
they're visually different from humans and elves.
There's also crazy lore written about all of these races in the book. I don't know if you guys got a chance to read each of yours, but
I read the cliff notes on the player's handbook about half elves that they don't really like their elven kin for being themselves and
I've read through them. I think
humans.
the one I really remember is like the humans like sold their souls to the devil god, and like now they're rebuilding the world or whatever.
Yep. That and halflings are memorable. Because they're pleasant during the day and eat and sing songs, but at night they vomit in their flower beds to beat their children and lock up their aunts in the basement.
Alrighty.
Oh, is that why you got all bitey?
You halflings are weird.
Yeah, they're crazy.
They are crazy. They're all Tolkien during the day, and at night they're just these crazy animals.
So they're halflings during the day and gremlins at night.
Yeah, gremlins, don't get them wet. Don't feed them after midnight.
Oh god.
Ellie's just like gnashing her teeth at the two of you. Yeah, there you go. It growls.
All right.
There you go. The chat. Hobbits by day, Gollum by night. Exactly.
There you go.
Right.
Thank you. All right. So you guys want to retire for the night?
Yes, please.
Okay. So you guys are shown to your dormitory, and you hunker down for the night. You guys fall asleep pretty easily, but you're woken in the middle of the night with the sound of pounding at your door. Hey,
Oh, I thought you said we were to leave in the morning.
hey, we need your help. The town's under attack by goblins. Quick, we'll pay you. We need your help.
Okay, it's time to set the crazy free.
They've lit
All
some of the
right.
buildings on fire.
You have
Ah!
the key to the shackles.
I'm ready.
the-
Put me in.
You guys open the door and there's one of the militiamen is standing there. Please, we'll pay you. We have silver. Miss Polymers has authorized it. We just need your help. Our village will burn.
All right, I'm good to help. Where's my stuff?
You grab your belongings and he shows you out to the streets and over in that direction there you can see flames burning from the houses. And you see militiamen over there and you can see some dead lying in the streets, and you hear all shouting and ruckus, and there's people along the banks of the river there, and they're trying to scoop up water in buckets, but at the same time goblins are popping out from here and there, and they're trying to fend them off. He goes, we need your help over there. Take out the goblins for us while we fight the fire. Oh, boo. I archived my goblin map. Bear with me as I unarchive my goblin map.
Go Goblin Map, go.
Boop. Oh,
Oh no, people are dead.
there's a lot of dead goblins on the map. Let's delete the old party that did this. Yeah. So you guys come around the corner and you see 4 goblins milling about. And they've got torches and they got little swords and bows, and they're lighting buildings on fire wherever they can, causing mischief. You hear them talking to each other and pointing and laughing as people are fleeing and they're slaying people in the streets.
What? It's uncalled for.
Let me grab your tokens and bring you over. Boop. So you guys enter the fray as giants. We're going to put you right. Here. And these guys are going to be milling about. Goodbye, Tommy. Yeah, so we're going to do some combat again. Let me get the turn tracker out. Clear this bad boy. And, as you remember, you draw cards. I think you guys are able to put your numbers in there, aren't you?
Mhm.
The goblins got a 3. I'm doing really good for my my bad guys tonight, eh?
I just
It
threw
is
my
a
card off
1,
my
right?
screen.
Oh, Emmerich with a 1. Whamley, what did you get?
2, 5. 2? It's a 2.
Yeah, that's a 2. Yeah,
that's a 2.
the drawing of the number is questionable on a lot of these.
I know, it's the font I used. Yes, I know. Thank you. Yes. Where can I put this where it'll be? There we go. So it'll be viewable to everybody, but not be in the way. All right, so... That's not right. That's right. Emmerich, you come across the streets. Houses are on fire. Goblins are laughing. They're stabbing and killing and murdering people and lighting things ablaze. What do you do, Emmerich?
So what counts as near again?
Near is 1. So near would be you're in the same like area as them, but you're not arm's length. That would be near. This would be arm's length. This is in another zone.
And how about short?
Short would be here, like this zone.
1 zone away, right?
Yeah.
Oh, short's
Here.
kind of useless.
I am going to get rid of... We don't need the
I
green.
mean, short would be because if you like move one line, one square, just over this next line in front of us, you would be at short range, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
And you can move anywhere in there. That's why I got
'Cause
rid of
right
the
now
grids.
we're
You
at
can end up
medium
here.
range.
You
Is
can
that
end up
medium?
here. You can end up here. It doesn't matter. You can end up on the roof. I don't care. It's abstract. It's not really cared about. Well, it's
Near,
nice.
short, long distance.
It's streamlined, right? Like you don't
Yeah.
need to worry too much about that.
I moved exactly 30 feet to hit this guy.
There you go.
Not necessarily.
Suppose I'll take out my short bow.
And you're riding your wolf right now, right? You're riding your wolf into battle?
Correct. I have the feat that allows me to actually fire with standard abilities while riding a mount.
Do you need to spend a willpower point to do said thing, or is that just a passive ability?
Horseback fighter, rank 1. You can fire a short bow or sling from a mount.
Okay, I'm just asking because I know nobody has any willpower points yet.
Yet.
Yet? All right, so you ride your wolf. What's its name again?
Gray cat.
Gray Cat. It's snarling and gnashing at the sight of these goblins. It hates goblins. In its backstory, wasn't it like abused by goblins? Or was that the other one? Oh, no. Lost, she found sanctuary among the goblins. Gray Cat is lighter and slimmer, but more agile. So she was raised by goblins. So she's not
That means
snarling.
she hates goblins.
No, she's just kind of indifferent. You're like, oh, girl, like, what are you doing? Come on, let's kill these things. And it's kind of like,
Well, if it was raised by goblins, then it learned how to hate them because they hate each other.
All right. Did you want to fire a bow?
That's
And-
correct.
Arrow? Okay. Go ahead and make me a roll. Mhm. Let's move this stuff. There we go. Just trying to line it up nicely for
Well,
the
I think
streamer.
it's dead.
Woo! Okay. Let me go to the stats for... I don't even have the stats for the goblins from me. Yes! Describe your kill!
Boom! Headshot. No. The arrow flies through, hitting him between the eyes, and that's the end of that poor goblin.
Yeah. Nails the goblin. Blood gurgles up out of its throat.
It'd be the one closest to me.
And it drops dead, and the other's like, ah, ah! They kind of start to panic. It's a double death hit. Red X and a skull. All right, Emmerich, that's it for your turn. Whamley, you just watched Emmerich ride on his wolf mount? Wolf? Ride in on his
Wolven
wolf.
is a word.
Yeah, okay. Ride in on his wolf, steady his bow, let loose an arrow, and down one of these goblins instantly.
Yeah, I'm gonna run forward and attack one.
Okay, and you're thinking, man, that guy that we had before, he sure sucked at scouting, but this guy, he's okay with a bow.
Right?
So you moved up two. So I think you moved too many ranges there, because you can only move.
Oof.
You can, yeah, you could move there, and then like next turn you could move in here, but you couldn't do. It would take another movement to get to arm's length. So yeah, you could move like right there to the edge of this range band.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll move to there then.
And do you have any ranged attacks that you would like to make?
Excuse me.
That's okay. Was that a yes or a no?
No, I do
Okay.
not.
Okay.
I've got a knife.
Oh, goblins. This goblin's gonna
That's
go.
him in character, by the way. He had to run.
Yeah.
I've
That
been
goblin-
ill for the past week.
He's gonna go there. That goblin is going to cross into here. And that goblin is going to cross into this zone. So, like, notice how he went into a zone. He can't go to arm's length. He can only enter the same zone as you within a turn. Same with this guy. He couldn't go in and just go next to you, Emmerich. He could just switch zones, and then next round, he could go to arm's length with you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So, one of the goblins is going to attack you, Whamley. Do I still have... I try to keep
Yes.
sheets. I like to build a... There, I do. I like to build a quote-unquote monsters manual when I make these, and I keep everything. I never get rid of it, because I never know when I'm going to need it again. So, goblin runs at you. He's carrying a short sword. And he's swinging in the air, and he runs over. Do I have their stats plugged in? Oh, yeah. This is great. What's the gear bonus on a short sword? Let me check. Unless any of you have a short sword, you could quickly tell me.
Probably a 1.
It's a bonus of 2, but damage 1.
Huh?
And he slashes at you. And he connects, but you... Oh, you did your fast action.
Oh no. I've got a free parry every round, sir. I'm a defender.
Oh, snap.
That's melee, right?
Yeah, that is melee. What do you use for a
But
weapon?
I've got a knife.
A knife. So does it have the parrying quality? It does not.
And I can't use it.
You can. It's just going to be negatives to parrying with a weapon. If it has the parrying quality, there's no negatives. So Adam's
I mean,
sword.
we've got what they started the game with, and I got a knife.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a short sword in a minute.
Yeah, you will.
So it's gonna be a -2, right? If I remember right.
Yes, it is a -2, and I just
It's a
need to
melee
see,
roll.
and I need to see what his is. It a stabbing weapon? Short, edge pointed parrying. So yes, it is a melee with a -2. So basically, I don't know, just nullify 2 of your dice, right? Like just go,
I just took off my skill dice. That's how the cheat roller's built.
I'm talking to the guy. I'm telling this guy.
I failed.
Okay. Okay, so he hits you 4. You don't have any armor, right?
I have 0 armor.
It's 1 damage for the sword, and 1 additional damage for the extra d6, so that's 2 damage to you.
Just strength, right?
To your strength. 2 damage to your strength.
Got
So he twirls his sword up in the air and he lets out some shatters and he slashes down across you. You attempt to parry with your knife, but he ends up connecting. You grab the wound as it's bleeding. Oh, damn it, I'm too old for this. That is it for my goblins. Ellie, you're up.
Right. She's gonna move zones because she can't confront one of them.
Correct.
head on.
Yep.
But she's gonna swing her sword around and be like, "Come at me!"
Come at me.
Gonna growl at the goblin in front of him.
Sorry, chatting here also. Okay, that takes us back to turn order. Emmerich, you're up, buddy.
So do mounts allow me to move faster, or is it just cosmetic, pretty much?
Well, they give you bonuses for traveling when you're doing like that leading the way and pathfinding and all that. That's where they really, really help, because you can actually cover more ground with a mount than you can on foot. That's where you get a lot of the game mechanics. Because when, like I said earlier, when you're moving during the day, usually you can move 2 hexes per roll, like per lead the way. Whereas I believe the mount can let you go even more. As for movement in combat, I'm not aware of any, because you guys don't really have movement speeds, right? Like you're just going up zones, so they don't really allow you to go up additional zones.
All right. Well, I'm going to...
Oh, and they let you carry a lot
Weird.
more. I'm just reading through the mountain section here. Sorry, go ahead. Clear your dice.
I'm going to shoot an arrow over by where Emmerich is. Or where, Whamley? Is that what we decided?
Yeah, I think we're sticking with Whamley, I think. Okay. Do you want to push Emmerich?
Sure, why not?
Yeah. Woo, woo,
So that's
woo.
a...
Just
So-
subtract the 2 attribute dice,
Yes. And everything else
That
remains.
then push the roll button.
I love it. It's fast, deadly combat. Oh, well, you don't take any damage. That's a good thing. But you also don't get, you don't hit.
So, can I move, or is this kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
order?
Yeah, you can move. You could have actually, instead of that, you could have moved up to him, but you want to get away?
I'm
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a ranged archer guy.
Yeah, for sure. No, you can. That's your fast action.
Okay, and that will be my turn.
Cool. Whamley.
I'm going to make this goblin pay for attacking me.
Make him bleed with your knife.
My knife. Or not.
Do you want to push that roll, sir?
I mean, that might as well.
In the regular game I've run of this, I've had creatures that I've used as a DM or GM or whatever you want to call it, where I'm rolling 18 dice.
So I do get a success.
You do get a success. So that hits! And how much damage does your knife do?
1 point.
He is going to attempt to parry. So his weapon has the parrying quality to it. Your weapon is a stabbing weapon, yes? No.
It's a slashing weapon, I think. I don't remember.
You would think it's just like a spear, it would be pointed.
I mean, it's a knife.
It is pointed. So
Was it-
he gets a -2 to his roll. So we'll do that. He's rolling 1 die. Okay, you connect. And you said it was for 1 point of damage?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, where do you Where does your knife find its mark on him?
His upper arm on his weapon side.
All right, yeah, he's trying to slash your knife out of the way, and you connect and stab into his upper arm. Ah! Lets out a howl. So it is their turn. This one used his slow action to try and get you. I'm gonna get you. This one's gonna go up to Ellie, and that one's carrying a spear. Actually, it's got a short spear, and it's gonna try to poke you, Ellie. Where's my short spear? Parry. Let's see if it connects first. It does. Ellie the Fierce, you gonna eat the damage, or are you gonna try to parry?
I'm gonna try to parry.
Eat the damage and show us what you can do on the battlefield, Ellie.
Don't listen to the DM's taunts.
with your filed down pointed teeth. You're all talk at this point, Ellie. Ah. Oh, interesting enough though. So you block it. You block all the damage, but you lose a point off of your gear. So how many dice are on your, like, for damage dice does your weapon
bonus?
It's 2,
Bonus
right?
is 2. So now it's 1?
It's now 1.
No.
Your weapon is dulled by blocking the attack.
I can fix that.
And this one goes, ha, 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 we're going to take down the dwarf. And it also has a short sword. Clear dice pool. Short sword. Bonus of 2. And it finds its target. But he gets a free parry, does he not?
Mm-hmm.
So same as before, -2.
I like my chances now.
This geezer, he knows his way around a battlefield. He might just seem like a simple merchant, but he's looks like he's seen battle in his time.
That success doesn't count.
So your weapon breaks.
Looks that way.
Your weapon breaks and you take 1 point of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 point of damage.
This little dwarf is gonna die.
And one of your tribute, right? They drop. Yeah. So this thing runs up and he slashes you. You're engaged with the other one. He's fending you off with his sword when you're stabbing him in the arm, and the other one comes up and slashes you right underneath your arm as it's extended, poking the other one with the knife. And Whamley looks like he's in rough shape over there, Ellie. So you used your your fast action to parry. Oh yeah, it's your slow action. So that guy could have still attacked you. That's okay. I'm not going to go back. So you can still attack. You just can't move, Ellie.
Right, I'm going to attack the guy in front of me.
Yeah, okay. Let's see what you can do, Ellie.
It's not a gear bonus of 2 anymore. It's a gear bonus of 1.
That's right.
Bam.
Okay. Well, you hit. Do you want to push it to see if you can do more damage? And break your sword. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Nah, she is. It's part of her character.
How much damage does your weapon do? Let me ask you that.
It has damage of 2.
Oh, you drop it.
Wait. Yay!
So what does that kill look like?
Well, after she parries, and she can see like the chipped edge in the sword where like his weapon hit hers. She growls and she's like, "Argh!" And she like hacks at him as fiercely as she can until it dies.
Awesome. Okay. So that brings us back to Emmerich.
All right, last arrow. Guy got a really good beat on is that guy to the south of Whammy.
Whammy. Okay.
Yeah, Whammy.
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. It's a hit. What are you using again? I'm sorry, a short bow?
Short bow does 1 damage.
1 damage, yeah. Do you want to try and push it for more? Which one did you target that one?
Yeah, the one that you just moved.
He drops. He falls to the ground. Where do you stick him?
This one would probably be in the chest.
So Whamley, this goblin's just slashing you. You turn to him, and you look at him, and you're eye to eye. And you're just trying to fend off the two of them, and all of a sudden, an arrow finds its mark, and it drops to the ground, and you turn behind you, and Emmeric's sitting there on top of his wolf, and it lets out a howl. Whamley,
Pick
you're
up its sword!
You're up, Whamley. Yeah, you could pick up a weapon as a fast action, I'd say. I'll let you draw a weapon.
Ooh, really? Picking up a weapon? So it'd be part of a ready weapon's a ranged weapon. Use an item. Draw a weapon. I'll pick up its sword and attack this other goblin. What's the sword's bonus?
Short sword, the bonus is a +2, and it does 1 damage.
+2 bonus, 1 damage?
Yeah.
Alright, melee.
Let's see this old timer take down this goblin. It always takes a while for it to fill. Whoa!
I'm gonna push that roll.
Why not?
Because the goblin died!
So, your weapon takes 1 point of damage, and you finish off the goblin. What does that look like? What does the kill look like?
Oh, I hit him across the throat. He wasn't expecting me to pick up the sword.
Slash. It gurgles.
Throw away that weapon and pick up the other one.
Yeah, exactly, right? That's what I was going to say.
I'm going to collect all the weapons.
So there's 2 short swords and 2 short spears on these goblins. Like what? Two of them have short swords, 2 of them have short spears. They all have slings on them, and they're each carrying. Let's see here. 2 copper each. So people start gathering around as you take down the last of the zombies in this area, and they're running over with buckets. They form a chain of people between the river and the houses, and they're tossing buckets of water on the houses to try and put the fires out. And people are coming, thank you for everything. Thank you for helping our village. And there's also people, obviously distraught. There's loved ones that are dying or dead in the streets. There's people's houses and belongings are burning down. So it's a somber time as well amidst all of the cheers and the people thanking you. What would you like to do?
Help them put out the fires?
Yeah. You guys get in the line?
Short sword?
Yeah. Oh, well.
Take the short sword. Yeah, you guys take the weapons. I'll take you back to the map here of the Hollows. So again, you're just in this region here, assisting with putting out the fires on those houses. And yeah, it takes you guys a few hours, but you help put out the flames, and things start to die down and settle down. And it seems like you've helped them defend against the attack. It is it's the middle of the night at this point. Let's say it's like 3 a.m. at this point. you want to head back to the inn to finish your night's sleep? Dead Man's Hand Inn.
Yep.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, you guys are heading back to the inn, and you're walking along the river there, and people, it's gotten quiet. People headed back home, and it's pretty empty in the streets as you head back that way. As you do, you see a figure in the moonlight over on the docks, and you see a shadow. And as you're watching, suddenly the docks and the ships that are moored there burst into flames. And you remember how you smelled tar coming from the area earlier? The fire is raging because of the accelerant that was used to recently finish and build that dock. And you see this figure disappear amongst the buildings over there.
Just when I thought I was going to sleep.
Right? You said they each had a sling?
Yes.
There was 2 short swords, 2 short spears, and 2 copper pieces each?
Yeah, and 4 slings. So, fire erupts. People in the lower section there. Wow. I like that. Start filing out of their houses, and they're in a panic, and they start rushing out of the fire. And you can hear shouts, "It's them! It's the ones from the north! They did this! They used the attack as cover to burn down the ships!" And you hear rallying cries on the south there. People are gathering, they're going to their houses, they're gathering weapons and shovels and pitchforks, and you see the odd person has like an old antique sword. They're gathering whatever they can, and they're rallying to and they're making their way to the bridge, and you guys are kind of standing there at the bridge, and they make their way over, and they go, what happened? What are you doing standing here?"
Well, I think we were walking, and then we observed it. They should have seen us do that.
What's that?
They should have seen us just walking across the bridge witnessing this, right?
Well, they didn't file out until after the fire had started. You guys are just kind of standing there going, whoa.
We just got done fighting some goblins. What the hell are you doing here now?
With that, people start coming out from this side of the bridge. I'm having too much fun with these effects. And
So Emmerich wants to do 2 things.
Yes.
1, get off this bridge, and 2, go camping somewhere else.
I agree.
just jump in the
I
water and
believe.
swim away. So long, suckers. Your problem. So yeah, they start filing out from the other end, and they're like, "What's going on here?" And you got people in the south going, You sent these outsiders to burn down our barge." And mobs are gathering on. Yeah, they're gathering all around.
How much do you think your characters weigh, by the way?
Enough.
I think I could probably get both of them on my mount and just
Just
bugger
zip away.
off.
Yeah, you could. You're like, get on. Is that what you want to do? Just
Like,
Yeah.
we have nothing to do with this bull.
Yeah,
And
this is not our fight.
did the two of you hop onto
Oh yeah.
I think we
Battle
north-
Cat?
Well, I think we would probably take the northern route, since most of them would know that we're not here to burn down their place.
Well, they're gathering around. Yeah. Also, and so you guys start mounting the wolf, and you start the wolf's like snarling at the crowd of people and like just kind of not biting, but it's like it's chomping at the air, like warning people
Make
to
a
back off.
path.
Right? As you're doing this, and they're slowly parting out of the way, you hear a deep voice come from behind. It goes, What is the meaning of this? And the crowd starts to part, and you see this big, large, lumbering figure wearing He's got a tabard, and underneath he's just got like full plate armor. His face is exposed. It's old and weathered and covered in scars, and he's got iron chains hanging all over him.
Oh, it's the Rust brother.
What is the meaning of this? What is going on? And yeah, you identify the markings on his tabard as a member of the Rust Brothers. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for the follow on Twitter and here on the channel. I appreciate it.
Well, Sir Knight.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, well, Sir Knight, we've just passed through this town for the evening and have been waylaid by people claiming that we're burning down their boats. It's obvious we've entered a civil war between these warring factions of townspeople, and we just want to get the heck out of here.
What were you doing out here at night?
Fighting off goblins. You can see their corpses over there by the burning buildings.
That was hours ago.
No, it wasn't. Was it?
Sometime had passed, yeah. People had started
Well, we helped take...
Well, we were in the fire line.
Yeah, we were in the fire line.
You see him put his hand to his chin and like he's thinking, pondering. He goes, Well,
We were just headed back to the inn to go to bed, and all of a sudden, those things blew up in flames.
Well, yes. Head back to the inn. We will investigate closer tomorrow and see if you are in fact innocent.
Well, our innocence shouldn't be even in question here, sir.
You are not from here. We don't know anything about you. It is odd.
Except we helped you clear out the goblins and put out the fire over here.
And we still haven't been paid.
We haven't been paid either. We were prepared to leave before you all destroy each other in this ridiculous notion of a civil war.
You go to the inn. If you have nothing to hide, you go to the inn for the rest of the night.
Over on the other side, where everybody wants to kill us.
With the dwarves. The self-loathing dwarf. He goes,
Oh no, on the other side, we're...
To the north.
There.
Yeah.
We would have to go across the
You
bridge
go back
where everybody
to
doesn't
the
like
inn,
us.
and I conduct my investigations tomorrow. And you get your pay tomorrow.
Shall we shake on it then?
He lifts up a large, like, thick arm. It's like a tree branch, this thing, and this hand is massive. It's like a big rock. And he holds out his hand to you, and it's all scarred up as well.
I shake it.
He grips your hand and does a tight grip and slowly shakes it. So shall be done. We will get you to this in the morning. Everyone, return to your homes. There's been enough excitement for tonight. Return to your homes. And the crowd starts to disperse, but you can hear them throwing insults at each other from across the river. They truly hate one another. This town divided. So you're escorted back to the inn by 4 militiamen. And they go, we've been ordered to watch you for the rest of the night. You're not to leave.
I'm gonna take Grey Cat with me into the inn.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you got a big room it's got room for 6. It'll curl up in the corner. She'll curl up in the corner somewhere.
Right on top of the door.
Sure. So you guys are ushered in and shown to the room, and it's locked from the outside, and you can hear a couple of guards standing out there. You can see their shadows from the light coming through your door, so you now know that there are men standing outside your door guarding you there, and I think this is a good place to leave off for this session.
Yeah.
Because we're coming to the end.
We're so lynched.
I don't like this.
Thanks, Ellie. That was your introduction to Forbidden Lands. What did you guys think?
Can I heal myself once I get back to my room?
Yes, I will let you heal yourselves. You get your treatments back up to full.
Okay. Wow.
What did you think about Forbidden Lands for your first session? It was a learning session, so there was some stuff to take in. But how do you like combat? Because we've done it a couple times now, which didn't happen with the first group. I think they went 2 sessions without combat. How did you find combat?
I think I'm going to love the kind of like breaking weapons, grabbing the next one kind of feel.
Yeah.
It was fun. That's an
aspect of it that I really enjoy. Like, I know when you play like a video game and your weapons have like health to them and they can be destroyed. I never liked that. So I thought in this game I was like, oh, I don't know how it's going to play, but it adds to the deadliness of the game, but it's also cool at the same time.
I'm more concerned about tracking what we have in this game than I've ever been in any other role-playing game ever. I'm like, I'm going to need this. I'm writing it down.
Yeah.
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 I like that too. Yeah, it's a different feel.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it feels more like RNG stacked on top of more RNG, so we'll see. Because it's not a whole lot about your skill based on your gear, because your skill can be fantastic, but if you roll a improper 1 on your gear roll, it's kind of like, well,
only when pushing, right? Will your gear get damaged? Except for armor. If you use armor to block and you roll skulls on your armor, then it starts withering away also. But yeah, it's a different feel. It's a cool, and like really, really, really exudes that survival feel. Like you really feel like, okay, I need to hunt and gather, and I need to keep things. Otherwise, I'm going to die of starvation, or in combat, or something else, or some other horrible death.
Now that I have
ever played
push.
Push. Would you like to push your roll? But that was Forbidden Lands. I love this game. I'm having so much fun with it since getting it there around Christmas time and starting to run it this year. So I'm glad that we finally got to play it here with this group, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well.
Have you ever played Kobolds Ate My Baby, Matt?
No.
Roll on the horrible baby death counter, please.
Sounds...
That's a thing.
Sounds
the beer and pretzels game.
Sounds very interesting.
I think it's also based off of D6s, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really? That's the other thing. I like how it's all D6s, and all that matters are 1s and 6s. It's very easy to learn and teach, I find, because of that. But let's say goodnight to the stream. Thanks so much. Amai stopped by from Praetor's Rechecks, one of the players there from Duff's groups and part of the Portal's Reach. Awesome to have you drop by. I appreciate it. And yeah, we'd love to get you in a one-shot one time, like you mentioned there in the chat. So I'll keep you posted. I'll get in contact with you and let you know when we're doing a one-shot, and I'll get you in on it. Of anything, something. There's too many games to play. But good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. We had a nice little peek of players and some new people and some new followers, and that's awesome. So have a good night. And next week, we're back to Dungeons & Dragons Waterdeep Wizard Dragon Heist. What's it called, Adam?
Waterdeep Dragon Heist.
DM Adam is going to run us through the next session of Waterdeep Dragon Heist. And then after that...
Floon. You found Floon?
Found Floon. And then it's back to Forbidden Lands. So good night, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, tuning in. Thank you guys for playing. I had a good time.
Good night.